On the eve of her wedding, Zara died, but her voice lived on to demand justice and change a village forever. The sun had barely risen over Ogbomoso when the news broke. Zara, the bride of the season, was dead. Just 3 days before her grand wedding to Kelechi, her lifeless body was found in her father's mansion, lying peacefully in her bridal gown. Her skin glowed like she had merely fallen asleep, but everyone knew something was wrong. Zara was the only daughter of Chief Durojiye, a powerful landowner whose death had made her one of the wealthiest women in the region. Many had wanted her hand, but it was Kelechi, the charming outsider, who had won her heart. Or so everyone thought. At her funeral, held in the Grand Cathedral, the mourners wept, some with real grief, others hiding secrets. In the front row sat Kelechi, stone-faced, holding back tears. Beside him were 2 women. Nkem, Zara's childhood friend dressed in a white veil, and Edaora, his former lover in a sleek black gown. When the priest said, "Let her soul rest in peace," Nkem rose slowly and said loud enough for all to hear, "She will never rest. Not until the truth is known." Gasps followed. And so began the unraveling of secrets buried deeper than the grave. All eyes turned to Nkem. "What truth?" someone whispered. Nkem's voice shook, but she stood firm. "Zara told me. Kelechi didn't love her. He wanted her inheritance. She found out 2 nights ago. She was going to call off the wedding." Kelechi shot to his feet. "Lies. She was happy. We were in love." Edaora laughed bitterly. "Love? You said you'd marry me once she handed over the documents." The church erupted. Mourners muttered, some backing away from Kelechi. The priest tried to calm the room, but it was too late. The air now stank of betrayal. Old Mama Chinyere, the village herbalist, stood. "Zara visited me before she died. She was scared. She left me a note. If anything happens to me, don't trust Kelechi." Nkem pulled out a folded letter. "She also gave me this." She handed it to the priest, who read aloud. "Kelechi is planning something. He and Edaora think I don't know. But I do. If you're reading this, they succeeded." Kelechi's face turned pale. Edaora stepped back. The villagers rose as one, eyes blazing. Justice, it seemed, was about to rise from the grave. Kelechi lunged toward Nkem, but strong hands held him back. Young men from the village, furious and unafraid. "You've shamed our land," one hissed. "You wanted wealth, now you'll inherit her curse," spat another. Edaora trembled. "I didn't mean to kill her. We only wanted to scare her, to delay the wedding so she'd hand over the documents. I swear." But the damage was done. The village chief, seated in the back with folded arms, rose and declared, "This matter will not be buried with Zara. She was our daughter, our pride." He ordered the elders to seal Zara's house and open a full investigation. By sunset, authorities were on the scene. Inside Zara's father's old study, hidden behind his portrait, they found audio recordings. Zara had recorded her final conversations. Kelechi's voice played clearly. "Once we're married, the land is mine. She trusts me too much. 1 dose is all it takes." Silence fell. That night, while the stars watched coldly from above, Kelechi and Edaora were taken away in a black van, their fates sealed by the woman they thought was powerless. But Zara had known all along. And she had prepared her justice. Days passed, but Zara's story echoed louder than before. Nkem sat quietly by Zara's grave, fingers brushing the cool earth. "You knew," she whispered. "You always knew how to stay ahead." In the village square, whispers turned into shouts. Women praised Zara's bravery. Men condemned Kelechi's greed. The council of elders gathered for a public judgment, as was tradition. The evidence was overwhelming. The recordings, the poison traces found in Zara's tea, and Edaora's confession. Kelechi, once proud and polished, stood in chains before the people he once deceived. His face was hollow now, stripped of charm. "You took our daughter's life for land and titles," the chief roared. "Now your name will carry shame across generations." The sentence was swift. Life imprisonment. Aduora, for her part, was banished from the village forever, forbidden to set foot on Ogbomoso's soil again. Zara's will was read aloud at the town hall. To everyone's surprise, she had left her fortune not just in Kem, but also to build a school for girls, so that no daughter of this land will ever be deceived by a sweet tongue and false love again. And so, the bride's voice became a legacy. A year later, the school stood tall at the edge of Ogbomoso, bright walls, proud laughter, and the name Zara Durojuyi Memorial Academy, carved in stone. Nkem was its first headmistress. Each morning, she walked past the statue of Zara in her bridal gown, hand raised as if warning the world. Not all that glitters is gold. The village had changed. Men now spoke with more honesty. Women listened more closely to their instincts. And girls, young and fierce, studied history, science, and their own rights with fire in their eyes. Kalechi remained behind bars, a broken man. Letters came to the village from him, begging forgiveness, begging to forget. But the people never replied. Aduora's name vanished from memory like dust in the wind. As for Zara, her presence lingered. Sometimes in the late evening, villagers claimed to hear wedding bells in the breeze. Others swore they saw a white veil dance in the moonlight near her grave. But Nkem would just smile and say, "She's watching." Not in anger but in peace. Her justice was served. And so, the tale of a bride who refused to die in silence became legend, told under moonlit skies across generations.